Hey, you're still here. I'm making this video to talk a little bit about what's going on with the virus type stuff. For those that are interested in watching it, it's linked at the end of that video. But if people don't want to watch it, they don't have to watch it. Okay? You know, I made a video talking about Canada going broke, and how this is certainly not helping. Okay, the situation that we have here is not helping, because what Canada is doing is they're looking around what everybody else is doing. Well, in particular, the states, and saying this is what we need to do. Right? When this would be the golden opportunity to change things up and do what I talked about, change things, make a management change. To put the economy on the right track. Because, okay, Canada, a big country, fairly small population. To put it in perspective, all right, as a G7 nation, Canada has a smaller GDP, which is gross domestic product, than Tokyo. The city of Tokyo has a bigger GDP than Canada. So, yeah, I don't think we're living up to our potential here. And you know what, I talked in the recent video about bailouts and how small business don't seem to be getting any bailouts. And then almost immediately somebody pointed out that they are, which turns out to be kind of a token bailout. But that wasn't that's not what I was saying. Okay, I don't think that businesses should be getting bailouts. Nobody should be getting bailed out of this. What should be happening is that the government shouldn't be forcing businesses to shut down. That's what should be happening. Because for better or worse, this thing is going to go through the population anyway. And whether it turns out to be really bad, as in millions die, or whether it turns out to be fairly mild and only hundreds of thousands die, it's going to do that regardless. Okay, it's going to rip through the population. It might take a very short time if everybody was still out and about, very much like the flu does, right? Or it could be prolonged and months and months and months. And in the meantime, we continue to destroy the economy. Right? So, yeah, we haven't been locked down here, but everything's closed. Every non-essential business is closed. So I guess I'm essential because I'm still open, right? But that's only because I don't have any employees. Because I can't afford to have employees. And not because I can't afford to pay them. It's because you can't afford to have employees. There's too much red tape involved here with that, you know? You have to pay them a certain amount, minimum wage, which is nonsense, and actually reduces the amount of work that's available for people, especially people with no experience. When you put a minimum entry, people are not going to hire anybody that doesn't have any experience. They need somebody, like if you're going to be paying somebody $15 an hour, you have to be getting more than that out of them to justify that. Otherwise, you're not going to hire them. You know, so if I was to hire somebody here, say for $15 an hour, first of all, they would have to be, semi full-time to keep them around. I mean, nobody's going to come here for a week, a few days this week, and then, I'll call you at some point in the future. No, they're going to go find a real job, right? So it's semi-permanent type job, and pay them $15 an hour, and all the red tape on top of that, no thanks. I'll just do it myself. I'll just work extra and do it myself. So that's the way it is for most small businesses that are small like I am. If they can avoid hiring somebody, they're going to do it. And the sole reason for that is government involvement in this stuff. And that's the sole reason for every one of the problems we're going to be facing in the future in this country and in the U.S. because of all this government involvement that's happening right now. They've literally turned on the fire hose. Okay, have you ever watched a fire hose putting out a fire, they're spraying it, and the guy can barely hold it? The fire hose in this case is shooting out $100, it's shooting out $1 million bills because it's trillions of dollars going out there. It's insane. So, yeah, solve your problems by printing money. Counterfeiting, in other words. Hey, I wish I could do that. I need my groceries. I'll use my photocopier to print out some money and bring it to, hey, what's wrong with this? I'm just doing what the government's doing.